I have some mixed emotions regarding the death of Robin Hood because I expected more, but in hindsight, I probably should have anticipated less. The film attempts to strip away the myth surrounding Robin Hood and presents him less as a heroic savior and more as a violent outlaw whose actions aren't always driven by noble intentions. The biggest strength of the movie is without question Hugh Jackman. If you're going to make a gritty, deconstructed Robin Hood story, Hugh Jackman is exactly the type of actor you want leading it. He completely sells this version of the character and carries a lot of the movie on his shoulders. Performance-wise, Hugh Jackman and Jodie Comer have really strong chemistry throughout the film. Bill Skarsgård also delivers a great performance, although I wish he had more screen time because his role was surprisingly short. My biggest issue with the movie is the pacing. The opening act is actually pretty strong and it had me fully invested, but once the film moves into the second act, things slow down dramatically, and that's where the movie started losing me. For a film placed in the thriller genre, it doesn't really move with thriller energy. I kept waiting for the tension to ramp up and it never fully got there. Thematically, I think the movie is most interested in the gap between legacy and reality. It's questioning whether Robin Hood was actually the legend people remember him as, or whether the legend has been shaped by generations of people choosing to remember only certain parts of his story. My latter sentiment being about the audience, not necessarily the characters in the film. I actually think it's an interesting idea. What I'm less convinced by is whether the film justifies telling another Robin Hood story. If the goal was to deconstruct the character, I would have liked to see more of his past transgressions explored through flashbacks or additional context. The movie hints at those ideas, but never fully commits to them. I would say the atmosphere is excellent, though. The cinematography, the gloomy visuals, and the somber tone all work really well together. Unfortunately, I don't think the thriller elements ever reach their full potential. And for a movie called The Death of Robin Hood, I expected the ending and the death itself to feel more epic and thrilling than it ultimately did. Overall, I'm giving The Death of Robin Hood a 6.5 out of 10. If you've seen it, let me know. Did this actually feel like a thriller to you? And was the payoff worth the journey? Next week, I will be reviewing Supergirl. Till then, peace.